Okay, I'm totally a knucklehead, but I put that one to schedule it, but now I can't figure out how to get that one here. So I started a new one. Hopefully you guys will find me here. I might have messed it up. If I was supposed to be, I couldn't figure out how to do the one that I had scheduled. So here I am over here. Hopefully that one is not here. People waiting on it. Hi, Trevor. Hi, Sam. So how are you guys today? Happy Saturday. Thank you. I know, live stream. So I was actually running kind of slow. I've been exhausted this week, and I went to log in, and I'm like, "Where is it?" I'm good, thanks. And so then I'm like, "Oh, it's already 10:30. I'll just start one. It's easier to click the button." I know. What a weekend. Is it raining in Arizona? Really? Like in the Phoenix area? Oh yeah. Thanks. Hi, Cindy. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hey, you guys, I hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday, so I'm really happy about that. Flooding. Wow. I swear, in Arizona, like in the Phoenix area, it either is completely dry or it just pours. There's no in between there. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. You guys are getting a big downpour over there. Yeah. I lived in Tempe in the 80s, from like 1984 to 1990. I lived in Tempe. I remember the monsoons, and it's crazy. The tumbleweeds, and I'm in Oregon now. But most of my life I've lived in Southern California. I just moved to Oregon not too long ago. So that's where I'm at now. Southern Oregon. It's nice here. We had one snow all winter. And last year, when I moved here late last year, we had one snow last year in February. So it's really green. It's really pretty. Things grow here like crazy. Tempe in the 80s, the golden days. Yep. Well, I worked for America West Airlines back then. And so I was based in Phoenix. No green in Arizona. This heat hot. hot. I love the desert though. There's so many, everything's just really pretty. Different places all over the country, US is really lucky. We have almost everywhere is just have something, something to offer. I did. I hit 1,000 subscribers. Yay. Yay. Okay, so Lori Vallow is in orange. She is in jail. How about that? Finally, huh? I just would love to be a fly on the wall in that jail. Florida's gorgeous too. Thank you, Sam. If you share my videos, I really appreciate that. The more people that watch and subscribe, the better. Thank you. So, somebody was asking, I know like a lot, this is such a crazy story. And yeah, spandex. Yeah. Do you have those that in legging? Do you have those? Can I get a t-shirt and orange leggings instead? Is she? I think. Well, okay. So they wouldn't answer that in the press conference about her being protective custody, but I wouldn't be surprised if she is. I mean, come on, there's mothers in jail that are not going to be happy with her. Yeah, I can't wait to next week. I wonder what her hair is going to look like next week. Like right now, she still had it all, semi done, like whatever she slept on the other night, but it's going to start looking a little more raggy. Lori, so I don't think Tylee ever left Yellowstone either. Mariah, that's just too weird. Her and Uncle Alex and JJ and Lori all went to Yellowstone, and somehow there's photos of Tylee going there but not leaving. Do they have I wonder if they have photos of them leaving alone without her. I think there's a lot of evidence that we're going to find out as it goes on. And I also think what's going to happen is I think these charges are just the charges to get her locked up and get her back to the mainland and then get all the other ducks in a row to charge her with murder. Oh, it's 4.5 hours away from Rexburg. Okay, because I didn't look at the map to see how far Yellowstone was from Rexburg. Okay, that's a pretty good trip. Alex and his intense interest in Lori's ex-husband. Did you hear on the news? Alex and his intense interest of Lori's ex-husband. Charles? That one? She's got a lot of exes strapped for. Somebody was asking on a question on the videos. They said, how is JJ related to all this, being that he's Kay's grandson? JJ is Kay's grandson, and JJ's parents are. Okay. JJ's parents are Kay's son and a woman that is. I should screenshot some of her stuff because she is blabbing all over the place about how she should never given JJ up and how she loves him and she's going to fight to get him back, and she just couldn't keep him at the time because she was on drugs. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, JJ was a drug baby. So that's why I think Kay and Larry initially had him, but Charles and Lori offered to adopt him because Charles probably felt like give him a good home, a sister and a family and a mom. And so that's who she is. And she's in her, so her, I guess, ex-boyfriend or husband or whatever is JJ's father, and that is Kay's son. That makes sense. Somebody was asking. Oh, the previous, he was, okay, back to that. Trevor, you were saying Alex was obsessed with Joseph Ryan. That's the one, Tylee's dad. Well, he tried to kill him. And, there's stuff out there. I guess some woman just came forward and she, I think Justin Lum, day before yesterday, kind of got lost in the shuffle with Lori getting arrested. But he was one of her best friends. She was a comedian as well. And she wrote to him when he was in jail. And he said some threatening stuff about Joseph Ryan on postcards and letters and stuff like that. So I know that's out there and I can find it. Yeah, I'll find it, Mariah. I forget what her name is. Her name starts with an like Melissa or Mindy, or I'll have to find it. But I did scroll. I saw this like yesterday or the day before, right before all this came down with CPS place came there. Okay, that makes sense. Alex Cox, intense focus on Lori's ex-husband, even while behind bars. Yes, that's the one. So this woman who was his friend got letters from him, and he was talking about still threatening Joseph Ryan and stuff when he was locked up. Tylee's dad was sexually abusing her, but that could just be an excuse for when he assaulted. Oh, yeah, maybe, but I don't believe. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But did Tylee ever say that? And Anne Cushing, is Joseph's sister, and said that Tylee adored her dad and her dad adored her. So I think whatever comes out of Lori's mouth is just however it suits Lori. Oh, that's what Alex said. Oh, yeah, right? Do we believe Alex? No. We believe Alex is Lori's puppet. Yes, was. The only thing that really matters is the children, period. Right. Where are the kids? Where are the kids? Where are the kids, Chad? Where are the kids, Lori? I mean, and so that's my bottom line with this whole thing, why I think they're not here. If you were all of a sudden thrown in jail and you're Lori Vallow and your kids are nowhere to be seen for 5 months and you got 2 felonies and 3 misdemeanors on all this, wouldn't you finally just say, okay, let me tell you where the kids are because I really don't want to go to prison, Right? I mean, so I don't think they're alive. I think that they got rid of them both separately. I think they got rid of Tylee and Yellowstone, those hot springs there. You can lose people in a national park. And Yeah. Okay. So Trevor, my son was saying that he immediately looked this up. 5 million, right? Average bail for murder is 1 million, and they're giving her 5 million. So, in my opinion, they're thinking, okay, Charles murdered, Alex most likely murdered, Tammy most likely murdered, and JJ and Tylee. 5. 1 million for each one. 1 million for each one. Right? So I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot that's going to come out. I think there's going to be more and more information we get. I'm sorry, Kristen. I know I screwed it up. I scheduled the other one and then I couldn't figure out how to turn it or where it was. So that's my fault. And I did Ria. Is it Ria or Raya? Raya, because RIA Jackson. You guys are both moderators. Thank you, Kristen and Company and Ria Jackson. So yeah, if you could, are you able to chat on that one since it's waiting and tell people that we're over here? I know, my bad. My brain. I was moving slow this morning. I've been super tired this week, and thank you, thank you. And so you guys as moderators, boot the trolls if there's any, and profanity and stuff like that. I don't want that here. There's more evidence that she's in Tennessee than she's murdered. That would be great. That'd be great. I just got a pop-up from Kristen. I messed that up, you guys. I'm sorry. Well, some of you guys found me. The other ones are just going to give me bad comments. We're over here waiting for you. Oops. Oops. I don't know about the Tennessee thing. I'll believe it when they find her. Because what they do, meet somebody in Yellowstone and give them Tylee, and then, but there's still no cameras or whatever, so far as we know, is Tylee leaving with anybody that day. I mean, it's possible. Honestly, be the best case scenario, right? Right? Yeah. Okay. See, back and forth on the Tennessee thing. Yeah. The only evidence of the Tennessee is what people thought they saw. And I'm sorry. I mean, maybe it would be great, but the Tennessee thing, Tylee looks like a normal, like, there's nothing super unique about her look that you would be like, that is absolutely her. She looks like a little blonde-haired, freckle-faced teenager, American as apple pie kind of look, So I'm not sure that would, yeah, there's a lot of people look like other people. It was so crazy. Okay, so my ancestry is Greek, right? And I went to Greece this year. I mean, I saw so many doppelgangers. I found a guy. I was taking a picture. We were at the Acropolis. I took a picture of this guy. He is identical to my uncle. I posted it to my cousins, and they were like, "What? What's he doing there?" Like, it was identical. So yeah, there's a lot of people that look like people in this world. They say everybody has a twin. Okay, they thought they saw, but nobody thought or say they saw a dead Tylee. Well, yeah, I mean, if she's dead, the people that killed her aren't going to say, "Oh yeah, I saw her dead," right? I don't know. My personal jury is still out on the whole Tennessee thing. I'm leaning towards. You don't look like anyone else ever, anywhere. But like I said, some people have a very unique look. Very, that you would know them anywhere. Lori looks great in orange. Yeah. I was glad they put her orange. I think it's perfect, after the Orange is the New Black show and everything like that. I guess it's obvious if you escape and you're wearing an orange jumpsuit, people would be like, "Hey, wait, who are you?" Yeah, yeah. Orange is the new black. Yeah, yeah. Well, and she seems to have black on a lot, so that just works just perfect for her. So someone else mentioned that they were concerned about the police, the Idaho police, talking to Lori when the lawyer couldn't find her when he was calling the cell block or whatever. So Doppelganger, yeah. And so the lawyer brought that up in the court that he was concerned that the Idaho police, it is their investigation. Number one. Number two, police can talk to anybody. It's up to her not to talk back, right? Right? And then I'm looking at my notes because I wrote some notes of things I wanted to say. It's their investigation, and as long as they follow procedure, there's not going to be an issue with them with her, having been talked to by the Idaho police. It's their investigation. Kauai is just accommodating them right now. They don't photo people leaving Yellowstone. Okay, well, they photo you coming in, but they don't photo you leaving? Or is it just a photo of that they found on Lori's stuff? I don't know what that photo is that they're talking about that they have. I mean, in this day and age, we're all getting our photos taken everywhere we go. Even like you go to Walmart and they do like a face scan now. I get so confused over bail and how the price is set for what, etc. Non-violent drug offenders will get bail in the millions and they didn't kill, solicit. Yeah, well, there's always been a controversy. Thanks, Kristen. They've always said that drug offenders and non-violent drug offenders get more time than murderers. That's always been a big controversy thing. Chad looks so dumb in court. Yeah. Chad looked like he is like, wait, what did I get myself into? And oh crap, and what should I do? And I'm alone now, and nobody was going to tell me what to do tonight. Okay, around the entrance. Yellowstone had a photo of Tylee be around the entrance. Yeah, that's what I thought I heard. Oh, yeah, okay. The babysitter hired for JJ on September 19th. If Tylee was around on September 19th, why would babysitter be needed? Exactly. You wouldn't need a babysitter, right? You have a teenager. I had a child. I had a sister that was 12 years younger than or she still is 12 years younger than me. And I was the babysitter. My mom, from the day she was born, I have a built-in babysitter. She never had a babysitter. It was either my parents or me because I was that much older than her. I took care of her. Like when they went to work and when they went out, it was me. They didn't bring a babysitter over unless I was going somewhere, which is rare. When you have it, you make plans. So 12-year-old in sixth grade. He did. He's sitting there like, or like the class just got in trouble, or they're waiting to find out if they failed a test or something. Or he didn't look excited. He looked like just like a little child back there sitting in the courtroom. Yeah, why did Lori have the kids' birth certificates with her in the rental car? That's weird right there. Okay, so I put my kids over here for somebody to take care of them because I don't want anybody else to get them. So they're going over here now, right? So I'm giving my kids to somebody that's going to shut up and not talk. And then I'm going to take the birth certificates. Thank you, Miranda. Birth certificates for Social Security Administration. Oh, Marilyn, makes sense. So she could get the money from the father's, yep. That makes sense. Thank you, guys. Maybe Social Security money. Yeah, that's what Marilyn just said about the Social Security money. Who was the lady? The little Hawaiian girl she seemed young. Like somebody had mentioned that they think that person that was with Chad was somebody that worked for the attorney's office. Kind of making sure he doesn't talk, maybe. Sit up straight. Yeah. Chad. Sit up straight, Chad. Because he was just like just like he was defeated, Does she get Social Security benefits for the kids from Charles passing? I would think she would get him for JJ. And Tylee was probably getting him for Joe. Sorry, I'm reading your guys' comments. The cell computer and all the rest of the stuff confiscated so the kids have no access. Yeah, kids are prison. Right. So if you're just going to say, I'm letting my kids go over here to my best friend that nobody knows about, and they're going to just raise my kids, but I'm going to take my kids everything that's important to them, and I'm going to take their birth certificates, and I'm going to take their medicines, and I'm going to take anything, and you just stay over there and be quiet forever because I'm busy in Kauai with my husband number 5 on the beach. So okay, so there was a lot of Angelina says, where do you think she took the kids? So there's a lot of back and forth, like Arizona, Idaho with Alex, right? So then they go to Yellowstone, which apparently is a 4.5-hour drive from Rexburg. So we're going to go out and have fun for the day, just like Alex said they were supposed to do in Phoenix that day when Charles got shot, and then they had a pool party instead. So anyways, I lost my train of thought because I'm reading and talking at the same time. So they went to 4 hours to Yellowstone, and then no more Tylee after that day. That was the last time none of her friends have said they have had any texts from her after then or before. Last text was in October, but it really didn't sound like her. Her friend has said all along it didn't sound like her. And then, but JJ did come back because we know he had a babysitter on the 19th, and then no more. Took him out of school on the 23rd. I'm wondering if JJ said anything to the school. Like, he did go to school, right? Or did he not go to school? She just pulled him. No, he did go to school. He went to school on the 23rd. And then on the 24th, she pulled him out. And then no more JJ. So Alex going back and forth, if you drive from Idaho down to Arizona, I mean, there's a lot of open land. And you have a Jeep or you have something, you can four-wheel it right off the road and back into the middle of nowhere. And, I hate to think that, but I don't think, I just think it's looking more and more impossible that those kids are alive. That's my thing. Lori, don't you think she'd be squealing squealing like a Kauai pig? Wild pig on Kauai, the wild boars. Come on, they're all over the place there. She'd be like, okay, I'll tell you. Yeah. They say the niece Milani. Okay, so there's Melanie and there's Milani. Melanie Gibb is the friend. She's the one that's talking. And she's the one that both Chad and Lori called and said, or if the police call you, whatever, tell them you have JJ with you. And Melanie avoided it, but then she told them she did not. And then she told them that she was told to lie. So she's talking. Milani is the niece who is married to Brandon. Brandon's the one that had this drive-by shooting from the Jeep that was registered to Charles, which is the Jeep that supposedly Tylee was driving normally. Who's Julie Brown? You mean Julie Rowe? Kristen? Julie Rowe's on freaking YouTube and on every channel. And is that who you're talking about? Yeah, Brandon and his kids they're hiding, right? Yeah. No word on autopsies, not yet. In a weird way, I think they might know, or might have some back. Yeah. Julie Rowe. Okay, Julie Rowe was what can I say about Julie Rowe? Julie Rowe basically said everybody's blasting her out there on social media, and she's got so many interviews with CNN and Inside Edition, and she had an interview with Eric yesterday, and Julie, yeah, and so Julie's about Julie, like Julie came in my channel when we were talking about Julie, right? Because Julie wants to know when people are talking about Julie, right? It has nothing to do with the kids. She's not here going around saying, let's help find these kids. Chad's a monster. We're the kids. She's like, hey, everybody hates me. I have my lovers and my haters, and I'm Julie, and I was such a big supporter of Chad, but no, I'm not, and now I am, and no, I'm not, and let me get an interview, and then I'll tell you all about me. That's my take on Julie Rowe. Honestly, I think she just, yeah, it's on that Eric, the Eyes Wide Open, Kristen. You can see her last interview. I think it was yesterday. No, on the 20th, she did an interview on there, in her car. She came into your channel, yeah. Yeah, she came and she made a comment after she was mentioned in those emails, and she's like, whoever did these videos, I want to hear from you. Here's my email address. And then I emailed her and I'm like, hey, I saw you made a comment, and never heard from her again. And then she made a bunch more comments that were like total flipped on everything she ever said 2 months ago about Chad and how much of a sport she is. And then all of a sudden she's like out there making more interviews about this whole thing and her visions. And, she's full of baloney, you guys. Her near-death experience, if she even had one, did not give her all these visions. And if they did, they gave her the really wrong visions. Because nothing she's saying is actually happening. And then she changes it. Oh, wait, that was the wrong vision. I got another vision. You have friends in Hawaii, right? Can you have them thank the people who are posting the signs that say wear your kids and stuff like that? Because that was my favorite thing ever. Yeah, that was awesome. The big pink sign right in front of Princeville was like, yes. Yeah, love that, you guys. Yeah, everybody needs to thank those people in Hawaii for sure. The pressure's on. And I'm sure those signs still need to stay up. They still need to be making more. Chad's over there hanging out, going to go visit the prisoner. Your phone keeps spelling for me. Oh, I know. So I started going back to talk text on my phone anymore because my autocorrect now is saying just the dumbest things. I don't know why it thinks it knows more than I do. What do I want to say? Yes, thank you, Hawaii. And Lori kept looking at the camera. Yeah. She did glance back just when they were leaving, like she didn't know where she was supposed to go or do to see if Chad was there. But and then she talks in that little like, yeah, yes voice. It's like, ugh. Yeah. Okay, so somebody blasted me about, well, not blasted. Somebody made a comment about me saying that Lori's lawyer. I wasn't bashing the guy. I was just like, he looked completely in over his head and flustered. I mean, how many high-profile cases do they get on the island of Kauai, or any of the Hawaiian Islands for that matter? And he isn't even the main attorney that she hired. He's one of the people in the group that work for, in that group. Fakey fake, yeah. I feel a little bad for Chad because it seems like Lori is in control and he's just having his life ruined because of it. He knows about the kids though, for sure. Oh, I think he knows. I think he knows stuff, but I think she's also lied to him a lot. I don't know if he knows they're dead. Well, we don't know if they're dead. I keep saying that because I just don't see it possible. I don't see it possible, you guys, that they're alive at this point. I mean, it would be a miracle, in my opinion, which I believe could be, but who has them? And this cult everybody's talking about, again, I'm going to say, initially it sounded like they were involved in a big cult, but everybody in the Prairie people and all that have kind of pulled away from them. And they're the cult. This is the Lori Chad cult. They're the cult. Both of them together. They don't have anybody else. Great point. It was Chad culpable to be arrested, do you think? And what do you think? I think that Chad's going to get arrested. I do. He's obvious. Okay, somebody pointed out, okay, you can, number one, when Charles died, I don't think you're allowed to leave the scene of a crime. I've always been told if they're at a scene of a crime, you can't just leave. And Lori left, right? So, number one, what the heck? Why do you get to leave the scene of the crime in the beginning when Charles was dead? There's been all kinds of stuff. Just leave the scene of the crime and don't have your story straight. Chad walked straight away into this. His butt is puckering. I think Chad was seduced by Lori, and I think he fell for it. And I think he fell hook, line, and sinker, and got wrapped up in this. And I think he got in real deep. I think he's in too deep right now. He doesn't come across to me as like a super intelligent guy. He comes across more like somebody that's just rather naive, but wrote some books. Sorry, the cat wants to be up here. And I just don't. I think that Chad's in too deep, and I think she had to delete the videos off Charles' phone. Oh, is that why she had the phone, Marilyn? Yeah, because she was running from Charles with it, because she wanted to get rid of some stuff. That incriminated her, right? Oh, he wanted my phone. Or he didn't want me to see what was on that phone. He's already proven he has lied to police. I don't think they will let him get away with that unless he starts singing. Yeah. And I think that's part of it, that they didn't take them both in. I think there's a strategy to that right now. Wouldn't Tylee call for help if she could? Makes me worry that she may be dead since she would be old enough to dial a number. Oh, yeah. And they both were last seen at 2 completely different times. Okay. Leaving a scene of a crime means directly involved in the interact. Okay. Says nothing about being a witness. Really? So, okay. But still, I mean, seriously. I mean, it makes sense that she wouldn't want JJ to be witness to that, but I don't think she really cared about JJ like she says she did. Yeah, I think Tylee knew too much. And I think JJ, everybody that I talk to that has an autistic child said they don't lie. They won't lie. They don't lie. It's not capable. So if JJ knew anything, she isn't going to let him talk, right? She thought she was the beneficiary of $1 million policy. Right. So Lori didn't find out that she wasn't the beneficiary of Charles's life insurance until after he was dead. And she, a couple days later, got in touch with the life insurance and found out that she was not the beneficiary. Yeah. Out of 5 kids, none of Chad's kids are talking. Okay, so with the kids, I think there's a level of denial. Number one, I mean, this is the man that raised him with their mother, and they were married for 30 years. And the other thing about it is they lost their mom. So do they really want to believe that their dad would have killed her? I think that's really, and they're not, I mean, they're young, they're in their 20s. So I think they're confused. I think they're scared, and I think they want to believe their dad. Let's see. Where are Chad's kids? Yep. And if you look at their Facebook pictures and stuff, one of them, Emma says, "I'm not talking. We are not. Let us have our privacy. We're not talking to the press right now or anything." And then, but if you look back at the pictures they have posted and stuff, they're beautiful family pictures at every wedding. The 5 kids together in a group picture. Tammy and Chad with them. They have the picture perfect little, family of 5 kids and growing, grandkids now and everything else. So to them, I think this is just really, really super hard to wrap your mind around that your dad might be involved in this. Yeah. Married so long to Tammy and then, and I think that's more of like Lori, being like, we need to get married now. Woot woot. So happy to see that smug smile gone off her sinister face. Actually done a happy dance. Yeah, I know. Me too. He's blowing their mom's life insurance money on. And then that's the other thing, if her bond, so the it's $5 million, so they have to come up with 500,000. You don't get that back. So that's why they wanted it reduced to 10,000, because they could give the whole 10,000 out of their own pocket and then they would get it back. But if they have to go through a bonds person and they have to give that person the 500,000, that person has to put up the 5 million. They won't ever see that 500,000 again. That's a big, big, big chunk of money for Lori. I mean, she's killing people over less than that. So yeah, I don't I don't see them giving that up. But then again, Lori may just be like, screw it, I don't want to be in here. Bond me out. But they also said that the bond, it's not just the 500,000. They want to know that you have assets for the whole thing, the whole 5 million. Because if you run, they lose their 5 million. So they want to know that they can get the whole 5 million back. The bond company people. Yeah, Chad's kids should be more concerned. Everybody should be more concerned about the missing kids. I'd be like, at this point, Dad, where are those kids? Your new wife is in jail. This is big, lots of charges. So if you know something, it's time to talk. But they don't seem like they want to do that. Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, right, Kristen. Yeah, it takes a lot. Most people, the grieving process, and the kids, like for your dad. I mean, my dad's been dead 11 years almost. And, when my mom first started talking to some old boyfriend right after, like a couple months later, like just talking, like on Facebook, I was like, oh, you were married for, almost 45 years. Don't talk to, I mean, it bothered me for a minute. I mean, for a little bit, obviously. He was elderly and stuff. So, and nobody killed him or anything. He just had cancer, but not just, but it's still weird. It's still awkward. Like, if she would have turned around and got married, I would have been mad at her. Like, that's not okay. 11 years is also when I lost my husband and my son's daddy. Sorry about it. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So you don't just go, okay, mommy's dead. Let me go find, oh, look, there's a little cute blonde girl. She likes me. I'm going to go marry her now. Bye, kids. I'll be in Hawaii. I think she'll run too. Okay, what do you guys think about the whole Maui trip? Because they're saying the lawyer said yesterday that she went on vacation to Maui for 2 days. And they knew where she was all the time, blah, blah. I think they might have been trying to test the waters on how they could get away. Like, and then they say she doesn't have a passport. I don't know if I believe that either. Like, there were even Dateline, and I don't know how they knew. They said they were going to go to Mexico. You need a passport to fly to Mexico. You think that's what it was? They thought they weren't welcome in Maui? Went to collect people from the church, that church LDS. Is in Maui, Maryland? Is that what you think? They went to go find more supporters over there? I know it wasn't a vacation. That wasn't a vacation. They had all their crap with them, number one. So if they didn't give up the rental, why did they need 15 suitcases for 2 nights? And if they were just going to go to Maui for, like, you take a backpack would have been enough, to go to Maui. You bring a bathing suit and a book and a couple changes of clothes and some shoes and your personal items, and boom, you're done if you're only going there for 2 days. And it'd be interesting to know if they bought the ticket round trip or one way initially, and then they decided to go back. Yeah, she has a passport. I don't believe that she doesn't have a passport for a minute. They're only $100. Not like they're impossible to get. Plane flew over a Maui beach with a sign saying, "Where are the kids?" That would be awesome. When Dateline runs a 2-hour special, you should probably be be concerned. Yeah, that's a big deal. A 2-hour special on Dateline for Lori Vallow. That's a big deal. And I'm sure Dateline had to speak with police about who was okay to interview and not. No Colby on the interview at all or mention of him. Somebody said that he went to the Dr. Phil interview. Anybody know about that? Yeah, I don't know, Carrie, if they'll be fine. I think they might have a hard time finding them, even if they're dead. I think they have an easier time to find them if they're alive than if they're dead. I think the soliciting a crime, Kristen, is the one to Melanie Gibb, asking her to lie. You're from Greece and can't find an episode anywhere. My family's from Greece, Pandora's Karma. I was just there. I was there in September. I want to go back right now. The Dateline episode is available online. There is a link. I wonder if anybody can find it and put the link in the comments. Ria or Kristen, is that possible? The Dateline link in the comments? Because somebody posted it. It might even be on the comments on some of my videos. She's going to blame it all on Alex. Yeah, dead man can't talk. Oh, yeah, do it. Kristen, that's fine. If they want to find the Dateline, you can put the link, because that gives a lot of background information. And then, I mean, it gives a lot of information, but if you really want all the information, it's hard. You have to really look at the YouTube videos and stuff, because like I have hours and hours and hours of information on here with the full 911 calls and stuff, and they can't do that. Dr. Phil will air this next week. Colby and his wife were there. Okay, Tylee's Aunt Ann, Larry, and Kay. Okay, cool. So Colby was there. That's good. And Ann and Larry and Kay. I wonder if Dr. Phil tried to get a hold of Lori. I bet he did. He always tries. Always tries to get the other side. Passports are tracked and she doesn't have one. Who says she doesn't have one? I mean, yeah, your passport's tracked. I mean, the government knows you have a passport. That's where, but, and like I have global entry and a passport, and I'd go to an interview for that. International people are not able to see the Dateline, even online. You guys, she and her lawyer, yeah, but Lori, okay, her lawyer says Lori doesn't have one because Lori said I don't have one, but Lori lies about everything. Oh, I know, I figured I knew what you meant, Kristen. You watch it online, yeah. So if you're in another country, you can't watch a U.S. show online? Really? Chad's podcast. I haven't even listened to Chad's podcasts ever. And let's see. So, okay. So another thing I wanted to bring up, if you remember the day Charles died, who was there? Charles was there. Alex was there. JJ was there. Tylee was there. And Lori was there. Charles is dead. Alex is dead. JJ is missing. Tylee is missing. And Lori is in jail. Out of all the people that were there that day, they're all gone. I mean, what's the odds of that? Either you guys have the worst luck of anything ever, or there's something going on here. And I'm pretty sure it's something going on there. And it starts with the L. How long do you think she'll go to jail? Oh, they'll find more. They have more. I think the bottom line is going to be, is she going to talk, plea, or because there's going to be more charges. Yeah, I mean, unless she says my kids are over here with so and so, so can we just have this all be done now? there's gonna be a trial, or she's gonna have to plea, or she's gonna have to confess. Um, the bottom line right now is just getting her back to Idaho, and she's stalling with this whole, like, you have to prove I'm Lori thing, because everybody knows she's Lori, but they have to actually prove it with witnesses and her fingerprints and blah blah blah. So Hawaii has up to 90 days to hold her for them to do all that. They'll do it. They'll probably do it really fast. Thought there was another player here. Preparing to People has taken down Chad's old podcast due to them not wanting to be involved. Yeah. Yeah. The Preparing to People, all those people are backing away. Anybody that was really close to them is backed away. That's why I have a hard time believing that, someone in that group of people have headed on over to the bunker in the middle of nowhere and are hanging out playing chess and checkers with Tylee and, JJ for 5 months. Yeah. Lori has 2 dead husbands, and her new husband has a dead wife, and now she has 2 missing children, and she has a dead brother. And all this happened since July, except for the first husband that's dead, which happened in 2018. They're selling Chad's event for $60 on Venmo. I was surprised to see that Preparing to People event was there a week or so ago. Hmm. They can give 14 years max on each if she doesn't talk, and that's only if it's concurrent. Well, 14 years is a long time. Then they're going to have. We'll all keep following this, but I'm convinced there's going to be more. I'm convinced they only put as much as they have to prove that she's worth holding for $5 million on the info that they have right now in the court. The court record documents that say we want, these are the charges, blah, 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 blah. And this is why she has these charges. They're not going to give everything, because it's going to have to go to trial, and there's going to have to be evidence and all that stuff. So they're only going to release as much as they can to say, yeah, this is why we want her locked up. The niece knows where the kids are. Chad is going to sing like a canary if he gets horned. Okay, between last Saturday and this Saturday, look how much happened. There's going to be more. And I would imagine right now that Chad's all by himself, hanging out in Princeville, crying in his soup about Lori, that his kids are probably in contact with him, trying to get him to. I would, at this point, if I saw her go to jail and that was my dad, even if I was in denial, I'd be like, okay, come on, Dad, let's go. Let's figure this out. You need to come home. Chad gets arrested because then nobody will bail out Lori. Yeah. I don't think they have the money. It's a lot of money, and they have to have the assets too. And I don't think either of them own anything worth $400 million. Or 400 million. You know what I mean? 4 million. Lori and Chad knew each other a year before all this. Yes, they did. They did. They knew each other when Lori started getting interested in his books. And then apparently she started communicating with him, and she met him at there was a event in Arizona. That's where she actually came face to face and met him, and they kept in touch and apparently had an affair. And at some point, I think Tammy got suspicious of it. Yeah. And I've not read his books, but I see there's some really kind of creepy comments in his books about his grave digging days, and weird. I don't know if it's supposed to be fiction, but about putting bodies in different places than they were supposed to be, and creepy stuff. So he's creepy. Yeah. Oh, maybe before Joe died? I don't know. When was that? There was a letter, one of the emails one of the emails I got, it was very lined out on when they met. And I don't know if it was before Joe died or not. I don't remember. I know it was like a year before all this started coming down here. Yeah. Yeah. How many more secrets do they have? how many people Chad killed. I hope Lori gets a max. Do they either have property? I don't think Lori owns any property as far as I can tell. And Chad has that house in Rexburg, but I don't think it's worth, millions by any means. It seems like a pretty modest property. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, she didn't kill. Okay. Robbie from Albuquerque. She have another hub that Alex killed and served time for? Alex threatened to kill Joe Ryan, who's Tylee's dad. Um, Lori and Joe were going through custody issues, and there was a point one day where they were trading Tylee, like Lori was picking her up from uh, Joseph, and Alex was waiting for him, and Alex shot at him with a stun gun, and he started to run. He fell and he broke his wrist, and then he was saying, "I'm going to kill you," and he was chasing him. And then a person, they have the witness's name and everything, it's in the documents, came around the corner and saw what was going on. And so then Alex turned and went the other way. But he did wind up doing time for that. I'm going to take a sip of water in my throat. So, yeah, there's been stuff going down with this family for a long time with Lori Vallow. Oh yes, there was something, Trevor. Detectives, there was a letter or an email or something leaked that said the detective did follow them and saw them holding hands at a restaurant in Boise or in Idaho Falls or something like that. A few, like just days after Tammy's death. I looked at Tylee's Facebook page. The last day JJ was seen was the day before what would have been Tylee's 17th birthday. I'm sure she never came out of Yellowstone alive. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Joe died and no one found him for a month. Lori didn't tell his sister that he died. Yeah, she found out. She said that in her interview. She didn't even know that her brother was dead. Lori didn't even tell her. I think Chad's about to become a zombie. Yeah, I think he made the zombie list, or he will very shortly. If he's no good to her at this point, if he's not worth, if he can't do what she wants him to do, then he's going to be a zombie. Just like Alex was her, you know, she was the puppet master of Alex, and he became a zombie. Nah, I don't think she can make bail. I think they purposely made it high enough that she can't. I can't understand U.S. police. Alex tried to kill Joe and serve time, but when JJ's dad was killed by Alex, he got away with self-defense. Yeah, nah. I don't know if it's U.S. police or if it's Chandler, Arizona. Their investigation was kind of hokey. Now, in the interview on Dateline, the officers from Arizona said they went ahead and said it was self-defense, but they kept the investigation open. So they were still looking into it. But that day, they went ahead and let them go, saying it was self-defense. Yeah, it was self-defense, but they were still looking into it. They never closed that investigation, so they were still looking into it. I only see the 2-minute preview for Dateline. Dateline, where the children isn't listed on YouTube. I don't want to. Let me see. Let me look on my phone because I know somebody had posted it somewhere, and my phone's better out looking for things because it's the app and it has the search. Okay, let me see Dateline. Where is? I'm looking. These are, oh, there's so much. Dateline. Lori. I know it's here. I know it's here. All right. I'll look for it and I'll try to. I'll put it when I find it. I can pin it on this in the comments as a pinned comment under this particular video. The link to it, and hopefully we can find it because I know I saw it the other day because I was like waiting and waiting and waiting for it. People were waiting for it, and I just don't see it right now. But I know it's there. I know it's there. I know there's a link to it. So we can I'll pin it. I'll find it and I'll pin it on underneath this video as at the top comments. Why wasn't she in prison garb? She is now. Orange prison garb. Only mods can post the link. Email Catherine. I don't see the link. Okay. Well, we'll find it. We'll pin it to the comments. Asa Mo was the fellow podcaster, author, Chandler policeman, and Phoenix policeman. Yeah, he was. He was a Chandler police. See, that right there made me really suspicious. So Mo or Jason Mo or whatever, he's a retired or he's no longer a police officer, but he was a Chandler police officer. So he still has friends, obviously, in that police department. And then he became a Phoenix police officer. And he is big in the preparing people. And he's an author and he has a lot of connections and with Lori and Chad's group. So, okay, the NBC app is free and easy to use. So look for the NBC app and you'll find it there because it's going to be right there. They've only had one other. Dateline was on last night again, but it was the week before. So it should be there. Who posted the link? Somebody posted the link? Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. She may be in Hawaii. Could the charge it? Oh, and then she goes back to Idaho. Could the change it all when she goes back? I don't know. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for your help. So anything else? Anybody have any more comments or anything? So again, we'll just keep going with this. If anything crazy happens, I will do a live and keep making videos as more information comes out. Hopefully we'll be able to see Chad, maybe go to jail or fly back to Idaho. And we'll just keep in touch. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'm so happy I made 1,000 subscribers, which just is like a milestone, right? And tell your friends to subscribe and we will keep following the story till there is no more story to follow. Thanks, everybody. Bye. The next hearing for Lori is next week. I think it's Monday, March 2nd. That's the right date. That's her next hearing for this. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. All right. Bye, everybody. I'm going to go. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. And yes, thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Kristen Rhea. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. And Roku, Cassie. I got 3 of ya. Yay. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for being here. Bye. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.